This podcast is protected under the laws of the United States and other countries. Unauthorized duplication, distribution, or exhibition may result in civil liability, criminal prosecution, and the wrath of the tall man.
Boy!
Thanks for checking out I Dig Crazy Flicks with Cat Bus Russ. This is your host, Cat Bus Russ, and this week's film is going to be Death Proof from 2007, directed by Quentin Tarantino, the second feature in the double feature that was The Grindhouse. And with me to discuss this feature will be Gregory Carl, my soon-to-be guest at Indiana Comic-Con for my panel at 4 p.m., on March 16th, that is a Sunday. Greg hasn't been on the show for a couple of years, so it was great catching up with him. Please pardon the language, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Have you been following us?
You saw my car, I saw your legs. Now look, I ain't stalking y'all, but I didn't say it wasn't a wolf.
He's got charm.
Is there anybody in this place you could vouch for to give me a ride home?
Fair lady, your chariot awaits.
He's got style.
Do I frighten you? Is it my scar?
It's your car.
And he's got a set of wheels.
Is it safe?
Oh, it's better than safe. It's death proof.
To die for.
Well, Pam, which way you going? Left or right?
Right.
That's too bad.
Why?
Well, because it was a 50-50 shot on whether you'd be going left or right. But since you're going the other way, I'm afraid you're gonna have to start getting scared immediately.
From Quentin Tarantino, the director of Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and Kill Bill, comes Death Proof.
This car is 100% death proof. Only to get the benefit of it, honey, you really need to be sitting in my seat.
If he likes the way you move, then he decides
Now I gotta catch me my other girlfriend.
the way you die. His method is brutal. His weapon is speed. But his latest targets are about to fight back.
Let's kill this bastard.
You know I can't let you go.
Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof.
Ladies, that was fun!
A Grindhouse feature.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll. Bring the noise.
All right, welcome to an episode of I Dig Crazy Flicks, and we might have to work on proving why this would be a crazy flick. I've got the argument made, but hey, guy killing people with a car, that seems kind of realistic. But I digress. This is your host, Cat Bus Russ, and returning to the podcast for the first time in at least 2 years. You may remember him from the Stage Fright episode, the Pete James Gunn episode. I keep putting new stuff onto the old feed, but it is one Gregory Carl. How are we doing?
Well, 2 years. It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, well,
Crazy 2 years, man.
well, I mean, you've had a lot of stuff happen in your life, so I get it. But yeah, no, since I started this feed on Spotify out of Podbean, I just got way too many, hey, listen to Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro emails. I decided to, okay, and go to Spotify for creators. It was originally Anchor, then Spotify for podcasters. And, I ran these guys, like, I really was just skeptical skeptic. I didn't necessarily trust the idea that it was a free platform. So a lot of asking questions, and Spotify really just wants content. Hence, yeah, it's free. They have, and I was telling Greg about the their recording service called Riverside. So, um, which may take over on this podcast. I'm just very resistant. I'm used to my ways. I did Crazy Flicks as an LLC. I can do a tax write-off on Zoom. I digress. So, yeah, this is the so as I say, it's been a couple years, and as I say, the format of the podcast has changed a little. I still like to focus on movies between 70 and 100 minutes, but the branding, the I did Crazy Flicks, as long as it gets bonkers, how can I say no? So, and we're getting bonkers with the second part of the Grindhouse. Um, Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof, probably the most underappreciated Tarantino film. And, I don't know really if it is his worst, which is saying something because it's a great flick. Um, I think it's probably the most Tarantino of his movies, as in it's expecting you to get his references, basically you're watching this because you want to hear all of Tarantino just be Tarantino. Not really focused on a narrative. Well, it's got a narrative, but that's kind of secondary. Uh, you get the end, but when it comes to this podcast, how it can fit in, if you go to the Grindhouse cut, which I was there in 2007 to watch that double feature, which was a big loss because they could only play it twice. You're paying regular ticket prices for two movies. So it was a bad move for movie houses. Uh, because it was a full house when I saw it with a douchey friend from Morton, and he preferred Planet Terror over this, and I think everybody I talk to who has an appreciation for cinema knows this is the better movie. But getting back to the 90 for chill portion of it, like, well, they added at least 14 minutes to the regular cut, the DVD cut, and I know there's 27 minutes added to the international cut. So um, it's kind of like it doesn't really count because you have to watch the entire Grindhouse or you have to watch a longer cut. And I stop and think like we could have probably made this same length. I just want to see the other 14 minutes I'm missing, I guess. And who knows, it might be on the DVDs. And fortunately, Lionsgate has the distribution to it now. As I watched it on my Apple TV. But so yeah, it's just an interesting piece. I know they really, and probably the most successful thing out of the Grindhouse ended up being Thanksgiving, the Eli Roth directed horror movie. So
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that in theaters.
yeah, it ended up.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a good flick. I just kind of wish it was a little more looked a little more like the Grindhouse, and I think we'll even get into that in our conversation. All right, sorry. New TV, trying to find the mute button so I can put the movie on in my peripheral so we don't go
Oh,
too nutty. Didn't stop my last guess when we talked about the Trauma distributed movie that's on Prime right now called There's Nothing Out There.
I'll have to
And
check that out.
it's worth a watch. It's just good. As I say, it was Trauma distributed. So it's not Trauma. Um, but yeah, it's one of their better movies. And I've seen, like, I'd like to say all Trauma is good, but I have seen bad Trauma. So
Oh yeah,
Surf
there is
Not
that drama, for
yeah,
sure.
Surf Nazis Must Die. Very disappointing until the end when you get the Chekhov's Black Grandma wiping out the Nazis. Um, so
Promo was about the same way, also.
I'm sorry?
Trauma War.
Oh, okay. I've
Yeah, I
heard of
got
that
like
one. Like
similar feelings on that.
the ones I got to get around to are Terra Firma and Poultrygeist. Which Poultrygeist I guess is getting a sequel finally. So,
I heard that. I've never seen
yeah.
Poltergeist. I've seen Terra Firma though.
Um,
Terra Firma, I think you'll enjoy.
all right. So, and it's appropriate to talk about trauma as we get into the Grindhouse, which is just Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez's homage to the exploitation cinema of the 70s. Uh, and honestly, I think Tarantino ends up doing it better because, you know, yeah, it's a graphic. Planet Terror is a graphic zombie movie essentially, but it's you know, it's still a pretty modern idea, and you didn't really get to blow up zombies like that back in the Romero days. So,
Yeah. I'll tell you
um,
what, also, if the feet on the dashboard as soon as it opens doesn't say Tarantino, I don't know what does.
yeah, and so what cut did you end up watching of this? Was this because I've ended up buying this movie three times. I bought it on DVD when it came out. Um, oh shoot, I may have bought it four. May have no, I don't think I bought the Blu-ray, or maybe I bought the Blu-ray. No, probably not because it was 2007. But DVD, I bought it on digital with Apple because I gotta have it in HD, and I also bought the Grindhouse when they released it as one edition. So the original cut, all the trailers and what have you. And it's funny because they would show it on Stars as the entire Grindhouse experience. So you could get those trailers like Thanksgiving. I really want to see Rob Zombie's She Wolves of the SS. Um, I mean, yes, Nicolas Cage doing Fu Manchu is probably a little tacky now, but really, is it? So, I
Well,
mean,
it's got
hell,
to be better than Monsters.
well, yes, but I'm just saying, like, this is. I didn't see the Munsters. It was just that, like, when I found out it's like a PG or a PG-13 at best, it's kind of like almost makes me want to see it just because I want to see Rob work in traditional cinema, not his gory stuff, shock value.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Rob Zombie has a good movie in him. It's just all the time. He's almost there.
Yeah. Oh no, I did not. I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna rewatch it, but I didn't mind Halloween. I he wanted to explore the lore, which is the biggest mistake with Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is the shape. He shouldn't have any motivations. I mean, Halloween 2 and of course the um most recent trilogy cancels that movie. Even, the entire Laurie Strode is his sister stuff um was a mistake, um but I mean you know, basically the problem with Rob Zombie's Halloween was that they tried to give Michael Myers a personality, and yeah, no, that's just not for Mikey. Um, I mean, I don't know, maybe he could have made it into something like serial killer child movie. Yeah, I could see that maybe, but nah, not the.
Didn't they kind of do that in that Nightmare on Elm Street remake?
I have not seen the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Been meaning
Oh,
to.
well, don't. It's terrible. They're not
Ah,
missing anything.
I hear that, but I, Jackie Earl Haley, I gotta, kind of like I'm a big Watchmen guy, so I think it's just something I'm going to do at some point. I hear the Friday the 13th remake slash reboot wasn't bad. Just maybe a little too flashy to Hollywood, I guess, is what I've heard.
I don't remember it.
Mm.
I know
Oh,
I've seen it. I don't remember it.
all right. Well, I mean that might explain that one. Okay. So yeah, we have our feet at the beginning of the movie, and I'm trying to track that down when it started. Like, did was there a? I've seen Pulp Fiction so many times. Was there a foot scene? I mean, they talk about foot massages all the time, and even in this movie, the massages.
Oh,
Um,
there had to have been. I haven't watched Pulp Fiction in years.
yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah, and yeah, I gotta watch Jackie Brown. I don't think there's a foot scene. Well, there might have been. Obviously, Kill Bill, wiggle your big toe, and then uh, Death Proof, lots of foot. Oh, back to. Did you watch this as as part of the Grindhouse or just the DVD of just that movie?
Oh, I actually could not find the DVD to this anywhere, so I
Oh,
ended up
okay.
watching it on Stars.
Okay, so it was just Death Proof. It was not the Grindhouse.
Yeah,
Okay, so then you got to see the weird scenes he does with the second half of the movie, the gas station scene.
yeah.
Okay, so all right, so yeah, that's the biggest foot scene I think in all of his movies. So we have Wiggle Your Big Toe and Kill Bill. Then you have our actress, both our actresses in Vanessa Ferlito and Rosario Dawson, and then you go to um, the next movie after that is Inglorious Bastards. I think that's the strangling scene. If the shoe fits, what do the Americans say? If the shoe fits, you must wear it. Um,
I
and
really like
then
that one for the second half.
I'm sorry.
The second half of Inglorious Bastards, it all
Oh,
falls apart from there.
oh no, I was there um like it's an interesting thing with Tarantino. I would say like he had brilliant scripts for his first three films. I don't think he had to do much directing until Kill Bill, and does brilliant jobs with that. But it doesn't really like how that's cut. Like it's a good thing that Tarantino considers it one movie instead of two. Um, so that we get this 10th movie eventually. Um, but I think Inglorious Bastards. No, I think it like the second half of it. I mean, it's a it's in a sense it's a comedy of errors. Like everybody's got the same goal and it all crashes together. And I think in a brilliant way. But this is his first time he had a script that you could see he directed it very well. Um, and then let's see. Then you had Django Unchained, which is pretty solid. I can't think of the feat in that one.
Yeah,
I
Django
can't.
rules.
I can't think of the feat in Hateful Eight. Um, but I know. But you have them definitely in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I know that's another one that divides people. Um, I'm a big fan, but
You know, this in Hateful Eight really says something about great acting. Because if it wasn't for Kurt Russell in this movie, this would be a very boring movie. But he is so intense in this movie. Like
yeah.
it draws you in.
Well, that gets me to my notes. So let's see. Tough to determine. Doesn't need to grind house. Uh, well, like as I was saying, like there's 14 minutes I still haven't seen of this movie. Maybe it's in deleted scenes on my DVD. I don't know. Um,
I don't remember
but
deleted scenes in the DVD. I know the DVD's around here somewhere. I remember the day my dad bought these movies. He was
okay.
very excited when he bought these movies. So I found Planet Terror, I was like, I know Death Proof's around here somewhere,
Okay.
and I dug. I can't find it anywhere.
Well, I know, like I kept the DVD, so I still had the DVD with me just so I can have those extras. Lionsgate is really weird when it comes to digital. Like, I buy, especially now since it's very hard to find physical media. Yeah, I end up buying a lot of movies on digital. Um, and there's three. So there's a group called Movies Anywhere, which has all the big studios release. Like if you buy a digital Disney, Warner Brothers, Sony movie, so that's just kind of weird to say only those three studios because hey, we used to have 20th Century Fox. Um, if you buy one of theirs movies digitally, it goes across any digital platform associated with your Movies Anywhere account. So I can shop around. Oh, I have a free $5 off promo on Amazon Prime. Okay, what movie do I want that I can watch on iTunes? Oh, okay, that'll work. Like I think I bought the last Ghostbusters that way. Have not watched it yet. I really dug Afterlife, so
I did
uh
also. I haven't seen Frozen Empire yet.
yeah. Um so there's so yeah, but Lionsgate and Paramount are not on Movies Anywhere, and I kn that's just which is kind of weird because they had a, and I think it might be because of Epix, cable channel that technically think still around, but I knew Comcast didn't carry it doesn't carry it because I worked for MediaCom, and I know we were trying to pitch the hell out of it when I worked for MediaCom, but that was like Paramount and Lionsgate's outlet. So Lionsgate doesn't really have a digital streaming service. Paramount at least has Paramount Plus. So reminds me I got to catch up on my Sonic movies. But I've seen the first Sonic. I hear the third one is excellent. But
No, I
it,
did end up watching the first one. I did enjoy it far more than I thought I would.
oh yeah, no, it's a golden age for oh shit, what's his name?
Yeah,
The
Jim Carrey says,
no, it is a like that's a funny story about how Jim Carrey eventually worked on it. No, it's James Marsden. That's who I was thinking of. No, I don't want to go to the retro games.
"Oh yeah, that guy."
Yeah, I mean he had Westworld and then he had Sonic. And I hear good things about the jury duty show he was on. Um
Well, I haven't seen that. I did see. I watched a little bit of Westworld. I liked
oh
it a
I
lot. I just kind of lost track.
oh yeah, no, it's and that's
Go
the
back.
problem. That's the problem right now with streaming services is that you can't count on them anymore to actually have their content. David Zaslav with Warner decided like, well, I can make more money licensing certain series, and like, nobody really watched the fourth season of Westworld. And truth be told, I didn't watch it live. I bought the 4K, but and which is a good thing because like that and Lovecraft Country, where you can't find on HBO Max, so or Max now.
Oh,
Um,
really? That's not on there? Man, that
n
show
n
was awesome.
Yeah, well, no, as I say, they just
Yeah.
go and it might be on Tubi, it might be on Pluto, but that's where the money is. I don't blame them for that, but I kind of blame them for that.
I have
Um,
noticed Tubi's been getting a lot of really good movies lately.
oh yeah, no, I like Vinegar Syndrome, a niche DVD distributor or Blu-ray. Basically, they're more about the restoration of films, underseen films, I should say. Like I've bought a few of them. This is how we got to watch Tammy and the T-Rex at B Fest. Have you seen Tammy
Yeah,
and the
I've seen it.
T-Rex?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's his name in it? Uh,
Paul Walker.
yeah, Paul Walker. I almost said Paul Rudd. I knew that wasn't right.
Well, I mean, It's funny. So Tammy the T-Rex was directed by the guy who directed Mackinby, and
Oh,
if you and you bring up Paul Rudd, like every time Paul Rudd was on Conan,
yep.
Conan would say, "Oh, and have you? I hear you brought a clip," and
That
they
was
just
gonna be
show,
my reference. Yep. I
yeah, they
love
just,
Conan, dude.
yeah. It's kind of like I was walking through my part-time job now. Um, I'm selling liquor as my primary job. Um,
Oh, I thought you were about to say privately.
I mean, I picked up dinner at Wingstop, and there might be a market. So I digress. But I'm walking through my primary, and I just had to buy a new TV recently, and then like, oh no, I don't like Samsung. So I bought an LG, and then I'm like, but Samsung, and then I'm walking through, and one of the TVs they had, boxes, I should say, had, oh, Conan TV. Ah, damn it. I mean, don't regret my decision. But well, little bit. That's just more research on my behalf. Um, all right. So as we've done all this talking, we've gotten to. I just got the movie playing in my peripheral. We've gotten to Guero's, I guess. You know, and I think Guero's is a real restaurant. It just seems so much like something Tarantino would have, like. Oh, this is the like what I would make a restaurant look like thing. The posters and all of that. And I say that goes for a lot of the sets in this movie, like Jungle Julia's apartment, like, and I think that brings me to a big thing about this movie. So, when these DVDs came out, I was tried to show it to my best friend, and she said we didn't get to the second half because her big thing was women do not talk like this. And I would say, yeah, Jungle Julia and who's played by Sydney. She's a well, her name is Sydney Portier. I'm sorry, I forgot her middle name. She is the daughter of Sydney Portier. Portier. Um, and the Arlene character, who just sounds like a straight up New Yorker guy, and that is a flaw in the writing. I did not know she was just visiting until we have the big discussion. I mean, the final when she's finally called out on being chicken shit with Kurt Russell, stuntman Mike.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that? Because yeah, I hate to say it, yeah, I have never heard at least white girls talk to each other like this. As I say,
Um,
work in retail at a liquor store. I've pretty much heard everything. So,
Not exactly like this, but kinda. Like I do have my sister, so yeah. I mean, they do exist. It's just, decent people wouldn't normally.
okay. All right. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of proven. Fun thing about this though is spotting members of the Bastards in this movie. Like,
Fighting Inglorious Bastards.
well, yeah, three of the actors in the basically all the guys trying to hook up with Shanna, Arlene
Oh,
are bastards. You
okay.
got
Yeah, you're right.
like Eli Roth flew in, like he took time off from shooting Hostel Part 2 to fly in to Austin to shoot his character. Um, and the other one, I mean, I have their name. Shit, I should have written their name down. And I do have a note about other things Tarantino wanted in this movie that just didn't work out scheduling wise.
Yeah, I
IMDb.com.
haven't even seen a picture of Eli Roth in it feels like years. It just didn't occur to me. I didn't watch this pretty. I stayed up late to watch this movie the other night. That's probably
Mhm.
why I was getting sleepy last night.
Oh, I get it. I no, I get it. I mean, as I say, I still do 50-hour. Well, I guess, back in 2022, I was kind of only working. Well, I was working at a bank and part-time at the electronics store. Um, and then 2021 and 2022, I was solely at the electronics store, and then bills caught up to me. But
I was kind of bummed he didn't have the skull logo in the I guess you say second half of this movie.
well, I mean, hey, you have to get your car redone so many times, right?
I mean, I was kind of hoping like that would like the skull would just be his thing. Like you
No,
would think it would.
well, no, I get it, I get it. But yeah, so the bastards, Eli Roth, Omar Doom, and Michael Bacall
That is
are,
the coolest name I have ever heard in my life. Omar Doom.
yeah, he's the, I can't remember who he was, his exact name in Inglorious Bastards. So he's the guy who is fooling around with Arlene. They go out to their car in the rain to make out for 6 minutes. So he was the second guy um, who ended up taking out Hitler with Eli Roth. So he's the guy who comes up as the fake waiter, and then um, they get to Hitler that way. So yeah, let me get back to my notes. I mean, this movie really moves now that I'm trying to like, oh, gotta talk about this, gotta talk about that.
He
Um,
really is. He eat gross, doesn't he?
I'm sorry. Oh, well, you're
He's
right
licking
there
his
then.
fingers. And,
I don't think he eats gross. That's just saying I think that's just how if we, ate a plate of nachos by ourselves, that's how it would look. We just don't notice.
I don't think I ever put my fingers in my mouth that much for any reason.
I mean, if it's like I have not, but well, who knows? Like I look for the best buffalo
He was
wings, and
doing it
it's
again, like every finger on his hand, like every bite, and then he like sticks every finger in his mouth.
I I think I've had wings that good at least. I can't say about nachos, but and it's fun, and it gets to like that entire scene about him eating, and that's when Eli Roth is talking to Bacall, like, how are we going to get these girls loose enough? Let us head to the lake house. Um, and they're making comments like, he got that scar falling out of his time machine. Um, you know, and and then Stoker Ace, all those things. And that brings me to something like when and we'll get to it when Pam, um, Rose McGowan's character, talks to call stuntman Mike out like, hey, Warren can't vouch for you. And like, well, one, you're a dumb twat. Sorry, I should not have used that towards a woman. I'm all about using that word, but um and in the British sense, if you call somebody a twat, it's not calling them a pussy. Great. I think you're going to be allowed a couple F bombs by this point. It's just you're a dimwit. I think it was Daniel Sloss, a Scottish comedian, who said, like, okay, a twat is a vagina, a twat is a dimwit, and to twat somebody is to hit them. So in a sentence, you can use twat 3 times. I hit the twat in the twat. No, I twatted the twat in the twat. So. Okay, enough of my trying to justify
Well done.
just justify English terms that are just commonplace, which have totally different meanings in the United States.
And this was West Big himself into a hole.
Oh, thank God the audio wasn't great. Like, oh, okay, I don't think I have to cut that. All right, um, so yeah, but Warren, Pam saying, well, Warren,
I mean,
what,
you're right
and
though. You do take your chances when you just take a ride from a stranger.
that is true. But hey, I mean, you do get, it's one of those weird things. Like, you get an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours to chat somebody up. I mean, as they leave, it's kind of like, oh, you know, uh, Arlene and Julia are saying, well, I think you got stuntman Mike laid. And, Pam's going, not going up. I can't hear you. He's old
You
enough
know,
to be
not for
my.
nothing. I've never met a woman who constantly needs a ride somewhere who is ever going anywhere good in life.
Uh, so yeah, my experience of just helping people out with the rides. There's one guy at a mall at the Peoria Mall who's like, I just need to get a ride. And I should have I should have asked that guy, show me your tits so I would know if he was packing or not. But I didn't. And I just hey, I just wanted to do my good deed. Um and then but that's like the second time. Third time, I see some guy. I'm driving back from Chicago from a wrestling show. With that said, and I just say, when I say Chicago wrestling, let me express my condolences to the family and friends of Eric Priest. He was a great man, great trainer, laid down the scene. Like he helped me out. I wish he would have let me keep the Tigger mask gear that I ended up getting from one of his students, but he helped train me. Really, really, like he set the groundwork in Chicago so that we get people like Seth Rollins, Silas Young, and Ruby Soho. So, greatly missed, and just gotta say, send my condolences. But I'm just, but I'm driving back from Chicago. I'm out by heading to Peoria. So I'm out by El Paso. I see some people broken down. I offered to give them a ride, and these are kind of sketchy people. Nothing bad happened, They were guys, but one of the guys told me, "Yeah, I was heading up to Chicago. I broke down here. I was heading up to Chicago with no luck, trying to score some weed. This is 2007, so yeah,
In
sketchy kid.
2007.
Well, I'm just saying, it definitely wasn't legal then. So, but no, cool enough guys. Gave me $10 once I got him back to Peoria. Enough. The other time I took a chick home, I didn't really know. I was kind of clueless. I was at Big Al's, um, and this girl walks up to me and says, "Pretend that you know me." It's like, oh, she's just trying to get out of trouble. Um, oh, hey, it's been so long. I'm doing my best act. Hey, well, can you give me a ride? Yeah, sure. We're walking out to my car, and she says, "Hey, you got like $60." And I figure, okay, well, I mean, if she's gonna score, as long as I get some myself, hell, I'm not a Coke guy, but I could be a Coke guy. Um, no, I get to the car, we get to the car, and then she starts blowing me as I'm driving her to her location, and I get there, I drop her off, and like, oh, you got that $60? Shoot, okay, yeah. So I don't think I don't think I've told that story to my trivia club, my trivia team, who says, "Oh, you got to write a book." I don't know how they would react to that one. Like, I've beaten domestic battery charges, and I've met, talked about The Hangover with Billy Corgan, like, yeah, a lot of crazy stuff. But yeah, I've ended up paying for sex. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't make you a bad person.
Oh no, no,
It's good
no.
to
I
have
mean,
a professional every so often.
Yeah, oh yeah, no. Well, let's shoot. I would have bet I like the last time AEW was in Peoria, and I say the last time because they're coming back, and that just tells you how cheap it is to rent the Civic Center because I would not perform in like it's not a great wrestling town. Um, no, I went there and like, oh right, yeah, I'll party. I'll come here. I'll do, I'll party like it's Peoria, like I did back in my 20s. Yeah, I can't party like I did back in my 20s. So I was planning to head down to St. Louis the next day to see Osprey versus Danielson, and I was way too hungover to do it. So, but went to my favorite strip club again, and yeah, that strip club's now closed because of the shady shit they were doing there, which is sad because it was a world famous, and it's like Peoria needs that thing. No, I digress.
Well, wait a
But
second. If you can't get up to that kind of thing at that kind of place, then I mean, what are we doing here? Come on. I thought this was Donald Trump's America, damn it.
oh no, I visited my parents this weekend, and it's like, my mom's saying, oh, it's like you can't get a real ID or a passport if you're a woman because you got to prove, oh, this person died, my husband died here. And I'm like, oh, they should change that. It's like, yeah, Trump's not going to change that. Well, it's not his place to change that. It's like, no, he won't change it because it helps women out. So,
Yeah, I looked into the real ID thing for all of probably 2 seconds and more or less saw, oh, I'm not going to get on a plane anytime soon, and just completely erased real ID from my memory.
well, I have a passport. Every 10 years or so I get out of the country. But I decided like last time I renewed my got my plates, my new sticker for my plates, I decided, yeah, I'll get a real ID just because I was going on a train to New Orleans. So it's like, okay, if I'm going to travel domestically, I better just make it simple. That was for the Fan Expo New Orleans, where we did a panel with film scene NOLA film scene guys, TJ and Brian, and yeah, we were that panel was put up against the Back to the Future reunion. We're talking Michael J. Fox, Leah Thompson, Christopher Lloyd, Tom Wilson, the guy who played the teacher, the principal, the guy who played the mayor. Needless to say, if it wasn't for TJ's wife helping out with the production, we would not have had an audience. I don't think that's good. I think we're in a good place for it's a good place to plug it. 90 for Chill. I did Crazy Flicks is hosting our panel for 90 for Chill the podcast at Indiana Comic Con. Should be 4 p.m. Sunday, March 16th, with Gregory Carl as my guest. Um, 4 p.m. That's a good time because that's just people who don't know what they're doing with themselves because it's probably going to close after we're done. Um, but no,
Right on.
I've had shitty luck with scheduling. When I did Twin City Comic Con, did the podcast there. We were matched. That was when Hayden Christensen had his brief window to do autographs and meet and greets. But we ended up with an okay audience for that one, and then there was a Fan Expo Chicago last year, and that happened during the Scream reunion. So, um,
Wow.
so I know, yeah, so I know they had Matthew, they had Skeet, Nev. I don't know about Courtney, but I'm sure David was there. No, David couldn't have been there. I would have made it a point to run into a former WCW World Champion.
Can't
All right,
take that away from me.
so let's see. Um, all right, try to get back to it. Dream. So I'm just going through my notes. I'm sorry. Tarantino wanted to get somehow into the movie John Travolta, Denzel Washington, Willem Dafoe, John Malkovich, Mickey Rourke, Ron Perlman, Bruce Willis, which is weird because Bruce Willis was in Planet Terror. Sylvester Stallone, I don't think that would work, and Cal Penn. Those are
Jesus.
people he those are people he wanted in the movie.
Who the fuck would they be?
Uh, well, that's just
Are
it.
they
Like,
gonna take the place of one of the girls? You know, put John
no,
Malkovich in a wig and make him give
well,
Kurt Russell a lap dance?
don't tempt me with a good time. All right, so I'm just saying those are names he probably flew out there, and never mind the fact this is so we have Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill, Inglorious Bastards, Django Unchained, Hateful Eight. Shit. Now I have to rewatch, and I should rewatch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because, like, this might be the movie after Pulp Fiction that Samuel L. Jackson has no part in.
Yeah, he's not in that movie.
Yeah.
And you know what? Though it is long, the end of that movie might be worth watching for I Dig Crazy Flicks because holy shit, the end of that flick is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That was a good
So,
movie.
which one
I
was
need to
it?
watch it again. Once Upon a Time in
Oh,
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yeah. I was just making sure, like, well, yeah, no, it would be cool to see Sam Jackson in Death Proof, but yeah, no. Yeah, so that's just little notes. So right now in my peripheral, I have the butterfly. I've got Miles to Robert Frost poem. I will say that. I think, but it makes me think. Like, I think this is kind of like, what if Jack Burton was evil?
Hmm.
Like, just based on the bit where he goes and tells Arlene, well, all right, judging that you're not going to be here in a few days. And then that took me a while to realize that, oh, that this character is from New York because she does not fit in Texas, the Arlene character.
Yeah, her
So,
accent really sticks out.
yeah. Um, so, he does well, you know what? Some people say, hey, that's going, I'm going to put that down in my book. Well, I actually have a book. And, in this book, she's all right with me, partner, or that's not going to fly, partner. And that's like total Jack Burton for
I
me. So this is like, so I'm just thinking like
thought
this.
John Wayne.
Well, no, he's doing a John Wayne impersonation, but I'm saying this is shit Jack Burton would do from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not that far removed from, well, you know what Jack Burton says in a time like this? What the
Yeah,
hell?
like that Kim Cattrall leaves him like after the credits roll of Big Trouble in Little China, and this is what he becomes.
Yeah, you survive having that monster behind you. And now I'm watching, sorry, lap dance scene in my peripheral. I'm just gonna say, brilliantly choreographed. Um, but I do know, like, you can see the killer babysitter twins in that scene. And I'm kind of pissed they got cut from the Grindhouse cut. The killer babysitter twins, they're the ones who were babysitting. I think it was Tommy in Planet Terror, and then, you know.
Yeah, I haven't actually watched Planet Terror recently.
Oh, well, the killer babysitter twins end up showing up in both Machete movies as well. And that's how
Oh,
they're
there's two
list.
Machete movies?
I'm sorry?
There's two Machete movies?
Yeah, there's Machete, and then there's Machete Kills.
Damn, I didn't know that. I saw the
Oh,
first one. I had no idea there was
oh,
a second one.
the second one takes it to the next level. Like,
Fuck, I
y
gotta
y
see it.
yeah, no, you do. Uh, Featured on 90 Fragilda podcast. Now I did Crazy Flicks podcast. Uh, so, um, yeah. Oh gosh, that is a fucking great lap dance. Okay, we just put the explicit on this podcast. PG-13 for Indianapolis Comic Con.
Well, I mean,
I'm
we're
trying.
not playing video.
Well, I'm just saying 40. You know, we're just over 45 minutes, so um, but I digress. Let me get back to my Zoom window. Okay, so uh, while this lap dance, let's distract myself. Um, yeah, I brought up the issues with Arlene not being really defined that she's from New York and she's going to be going away. Uh, they got the casting stuff. I mentioned no Sam Jackson. Um, yeah, no, so as a Tarantino guy, it kind of gets me like, and it gets back, and I think I was trying to address it when Pam says, "Hey, Warren's not a great vouch for you because he couldn't say anything that you've been in." And it's like, well, he showed me some clips from this, and, says that's him. And look, if you're a good stunt man, you won't be noticed. That's the entire point. But he's reading off the resume. It's not like I've watched The Virginian or Vegas, but I knew the shows, all right? And it's like,
I
and
didn't know
the
those shows. I
I'm
got Me
sorry.
TV. I
Okay,
didn't know those shows. I got Me TV.
right. So those girls just staring, like
Yeah, they
blankly,
have no idea.
like, gosh, come on. And I think that's
Nah, they're
something
too
that
cool to know.
Tarantino is kind of done to his true fans. Is like, yeah, we're with you for all of this stuff. This is why I think it's the most Tarantino movie, just because it's like he's playing towards the his fans who know all these references. Or, yeah, no, I can keep up with him. Um, and it brings me back again as a liquor store employee now. The shot they did earlier, like, oh, that's chartreuse, which I have not had because it's way too bloody expensive. Like, and it's just inside baseball for bars, like liquor. No, no, for the liquor sales in general. Bars get their stuff first. Liquor stores second. So if you're looking for chartreuse, ask for it at a bar. Don't ask me to find it. Though, and it's just a very rare liqueur, honestly. It's $90 a bottle because it's made by, I think, French monks. Um,
Really.
yeah. So like,
What is a duck? I was trying to figure out what his hood ornament
yeah,
was.
right. No, I'm thank you for saying it was a duck because I thought it was a duck.
I thought it was a
Um,
hippo at first until she finally moved and I saw the duck
oh,
bill. Is there some kind of significance behind that? I wonder, because that's an odd hood ornament for like the
uh,
car, like the skull and crossbones, and then just a big
but
fat duck for a hood
yeah,
ornament.
I'd have to research that one. Let me see. I got two computers up. Duck hood ornament. Okay. Don't know why it's in the angry rubber duck.
I
So it's
also
an
think
ang
it's kind of funny he's wearing an icy hot racing jacket.
right. Well, that's what, you wear your gear. Like,
It's a
um,
hammer and a home. This guy's old.
well, I mean, again, coming from a professional wrestler, I hate to say it, especially because, if you go back to the movie PCU, um, Jeremy Piven starring movie.
I like his little looking and smiling at the camera,
Yes, the
like,
fourth
yeah,
wall
I'm about to
stuff.
say a little something. You
Yes.
see some shit.
All right. So no, you
He's
can
got
get
that look on his face like you see something cool.
yes, yes. Um, yeah, no. So I don't know. It must be means something in cars to have the angry duck hood ornament because you can get
I
them
bet
online.
I bet it's like some kind of like Easter egg to some odd Quentino Italian horror driving movie
I'll get to the
that
Italian
no
horror
one's heard
stuff,
of.
but I don't know any Italian horror driving movies. Man,
I don't know. I was just stringing words together.
but we'll get to Giallo in a bit. So, I mean, this might be the most brutal scene in cinema from 2007, when Pam gets killed.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, just bashing her like as a guy who's gotten at least 20 concussions in his life. Uh, I mean, this is the most grindhousey thing of it. You can say, oh, the tire running over Arlene's face later on, but I mean, that's just it's just a brilliant, and I know it was in the commercials for it. Like, I wasn't lying when I said this car is 100% death proof. You just have to be in my seat to enjoy all the benefits. And I don't know. I need to get myself a girlfriend at some point so I don't think about death proofing my car. I'm not saying I'm gonna go and run over women with my car. It's just the idea of having a death proof car. That's like,
Then
you
there'd
know,
be nothing holding you back from just nailing the gas pedal. Ooh, that got her.
ooh, yeah. Ooh, geez, like, yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting though. Now that I think about that scene, Rose McGowan, who is probably the most famous Harvey Weinstein um victim. Like I don't like I think she was in Phantoms, which is a good movie. I'll stand by that. Uh, that's a kind of a reference to Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
I haven't seen that movie since the 90s. I know I've
Phantom
seen
Phantoms, yeah. Um, no, it was a line like
it. Yeah, Ben Affleck, dog.
yeah. Well, no, it was a line in Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. You mean the guys who did that Goodwill Hunting thing? Yeah, I wasn't a fan either. But Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms. Hell yeah, Phantoms like a motherfucker. And it was Affleck giving a high five to Jason Mewes in that scene. So, um, no, I saw Phantoms. Liev Schreiber is great. Rose is passable. Like it just reminds me, I gotta spend the $15 to get Doom Generation. I have a VHS tape of it, but um, so all right, back to the notes. No Sam Jackson. Uh,
You
so
know what?
we're
I'll throw this out there too. Affleck, decent Batman. I thought they kind of did him wrong. I
yeah.
could have liked a
Oh
more Affleck Batman.
no, I think he may have been.
Did him dirty. I
I
think he could have
I
been decent.
I I think Michael Keaton's always going to be my Batman.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
of course. But I
but
mean, I'd be better than what's his name? Val Kilmer. Probably
no,
better than
yeah.
Kilmer.
Oh no, I think he was better than Kilmer. I think he was definitely better than Clooney. Um,
Oh, for sure.
well, Clooney didn't know what he was doing. That was
Yeah,
just
that's fair.
that was an entire load of stupidity. And I do have to watch the Flash movie. I'm sorry, just so much shit show on that one. I gotta see it. Um,
Yeah, so do I.
okay, yeah. We all say it. It's like, oh, baby in a microwave? fuck yeah, and oh shit, I still
I mean,
gotta.
never mind that. Like they essentially do Flashpoint. It looks like an
It,
awesome movie. I'll bet
yeah,
it's an awesome movie.
I
Flashpoint rules.
I don't know. When I see the Nicolas Cage Superman being plugged in there, maybe not. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah, it does look kind of hilarious, but still, I mean, I do love the Flashpoint storyline.
Oh yeah, no. I mean that's
I mean, it
so
does have Michael Keaton in it. Michael Keaton
yeah,
Batman, kinda. So,
yeah. Oh no, they have Michael Keaton Batman, they have George Clooney Batman, like which is good. That means Michael Keaton was the Batman forever's not it. So, oh, just watching the end of the first act, the car accident. Yeah, the leg flying off is probably my favorite bit. But that brings me up to the actress who was driving the car. And I say actress, and it's not like she's not really an actress, or she doesn't do a lot of acting. She's another stunt woman. So Tarantino giving another Monica Skaggs, Monica Staggs. Sorry, not Skaggs. Just giving another like this again. This is like a Tarantino just doing a love letter for himself necessarily. I guess like oh, I want to cast this person. Like the entire idea of Zoe Bell as an actress, and hey, truth be told, she does an all right American accent. Um, I watched this one movie with Wesley Snipes and one of my favorite action stars, Gary Motherlovin Daniels. Uh,
is he that the American Ninja?
no, Gary Daniels is Hawk's Vengeance. He's an English he's an Englishman. He was in so as I say, he was definitely the DVD made for video guy, but he was in the Expendables, the first Expendables, as the Brit is what he's cast as. He's the British henchman of Eric Roberts.
Hmm.
So he just calls out like when Dolph Lundgren betrays the Expendables, he's like, "Well, how the hell are we gonna trust this wanker?" type shite. Sorry for my poor English accent. I did not watch a lot of. Truthfully, I watched like all my wrestling news, at least for the moment, comes from England. What culture? You're kind of screwing up. Like, quit. I'm sorry. Wrestling
They
tangent
started screwing
again.
up a long time ago.
Oh, wrestling tangent again. WWE is watchable, I guess. I don't have the time to watch 4 hours of AEW and 7 hours of WWE. I gotta pick one. So don't shit on my product just to put over a fucking a $1 billion corporation, which I cannot find my effing stock for. I have one stock from WWE, and it should have transferred over to TKO, and the my I can't get it. I can't get it. Like I have taxes to pay. I may have earned $2 on that stock, single stock. That was my parents' hope that oh, I was 21. They bought me a single share of, well, no, I think I was 20, and they bought me a single share of World Wrestling Federation stock. See, you're in the business, Russ.
All right.
Yeah, no, they did their best to get me out of it. And God bless my parents. They are totally behind, or at least my dad is totally behind I did crazy flicks. And my mom is just amused by the idea of it. Like she was going over her credit card bill, like, you got an oil change? Yeah, you kind of have to do that. Well, you're right. You kind of have to do that. And it's like, I didn't want to say, and we'll write it off my taxes because I don't want to know how much they're going to come back for me on. And I'm totally like, I don't know what taxes are going to be like because I did not earn anything. This starting my company back in August. Um, like, I guess I may have 18, 20, $30 on Patreon. That's about it. But with Patreon being stated, let me thank my Patreon contributors. Tim Bates, you may know him from the Arena episode, Charles Band's 1989 movie, and the Night of the Demons episode of 90 for Chill the podcast. Thank you, Tim. And my good friend, former AAW ring announcer, The Scoop Staley. Good looking fellow. If that doesn't indicate money laundering right there with that statement. Okay. But hey, join the Patreon for I Did Crazy Flicks. That's patreon.com/slash I Did Crazy Flicks. For $3 a month, you get a sticker for the podcast, waterproof, and you get that shout out on every episode. Sorry, I did not do it on this most recent Rewind Wednesday about the Adam Sandler movies, but you get at least an apology for that, and my cat gets 3 tins of cat food. So there we go. Oh, all right. So,
And what's more important, really, their mentions or your cat?
oh my, Ava is the queen kitty. You must respect royalty. All
Yeah, I
right.
got cats now, by the way.
I'm sorry.
I got cats now, by the way.
Oh, well, cool. Very cool.
My dad's cat, Dino,
All
he's
right.
sitting in the kitchen staring at me, very judgy like right now.
Well, that's a cat. That's what I would not expect anything less.
Well, he's not hissing at me anymore, but it is kind of eerie how he's staring at me. I got old Princess Poopy.
Uh, yeah, no, oh, it's kind of I just don't know anybody who's got like cats I can get on the down low. But Ava's a 17-year-old cat now, so it's like I don't want to stress her out. Um, like she's had roommates before, but that was like when I had to take care of my little Yorkie Molly from 2007 when my ex that the ex of the time decided, well, I can't find you a kitten, so how about a 1 month old Yorkie we can take care of? It's like, yeah, we can't take care of a 1 month old Yorkie. So I got her back in 2010 when I moved out for the first time on my own. No, nobody else besides myself. And then my Ava again does not want to share attention, so and then I took in another cat from that from my best friend who was taking care of Molly, and she that 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 cat was smart, so Ava was no problem with that. And then my ex that I had my girlfriend from down here, she adopted little Skimble Shanks, and that's a sad story, but they got along all right. Um, so yeah, so oh, just looking at this, I don't know. So they do mention that there's Big Kahuna burgers in Austin. I only say that because that's like Red Apples, the cigarette brand in Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, Big Kahuna Burger, dang. They were able to get out of LA and all the way to Austin. I'm just hoping we get them Hawaiian burger joints in at least St. Louis. Um, but Tarantino's missing out a bunch of opportunities, man. Just, I mean, he's cool chilling out in Tel Aviv, I think, is where he lives now. But
Big Red Machine's a good choice.
yeah.
Like me some Big Red.
Oh, the
Not
Big Red
available in my
Machine.
places.
So I just did now caught on. Well, no, I suspected and now I've confirmed you're watching the movie pretty much the same time I am. Big Red shitty soda myself, if I do say so, but I find it funny that, so they move like and it goes back to the weird and this is our total justification for putting this into I Did Crazy Flicks. This is in the same universe as well, obviously it's the same universe as Planet Terror. Like there's a shout out in Planet Terror. And this following track goes out to Jungle Julia. So same sheriff, Michael
Hmm.
Parks, fucking legend. All right. So definitely I'm not doing any editing on this one. I'll just put the E. Oh, Andrew TD is gonna be so pissed. Like you let the last two podcast guests just say everything. Um,
Well, so
so
far it's you that have said everything. I have said nothing. It's your show.
you
You can say
oh
whatever you
whoa
want.
whoa 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 no no you open the F bombs. I
Look here, Mr. Twat.
Hey, as I say, I had my look, the first time I ever heard the word twat was on PBS. So all right. So yeah, so we have our Tarantino foot fetish scene, the but I really like going back to the acting, like I think Mary Elizabeth Winstead, this is one of her best performances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's a very competent actress. I loved her in Ahsoka. She's great in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And like I have friends from a podcast B3, a couple of girls out of Cleveland who keep like, "Oh, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, homewrecker." It's like, and I keep bringing up like, really, we're not putting the blame on Ewan McGregor for that one. Because I will tell you, hey, I'm a liberal guy. If Ewan McGregor came up to me and said, "Hello there, I'm his,"
They both know what they're doing. And besides that, so what? Like regular people don't do that shit all the time.
I know, but
So what?
but your public figures should be held to higher standards, bollocks. Like, come on.
I don't want my
We,
higher. If anything, I want them more screwed up than me because I want to see the story.
well, I mean, just look
Yeah,
at
hold it
you.
high standard.
Well, I mean, just look at European politics. Like every French prime minister has prime minister or president has a mistress. We all know about. So,
Well, it's
um,
same over here.
yeah, well, I know that, but I'm just all right.
But yeah,
Going,
anyway, yeah, I want my celebrities coked up and waving a gun around every so often. Is that so wrong?
not at all.
Well, I like
I
them. That's how I like them.
Well, it's just weird. Like I did a podcast on my own, just talking about '70s movies and how they just did the right amount of coke in the '70s, and then the '80s they just did way too much. Don Simpson, I'm looking at you, and Don Simpson paid for that. But um, no, I mean, I don't know. No, I I was a fan of the Charlie Sheen meltdown, dare I say.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good time. That was a great time.
Yeah,
Tiger
I
Blood.
mean, silly as all it was, and no, that's not good for him because I know he's a recovering addict to begin with. But
Also, I don't care. Let me enjoy it. I just want to
well,
enjoy it.
it's all fun and games until an overdose. So I mean, I don't. Oh well, geez, we're all in a weird place. Like cocaine overdose is somehow. Like, I don't know. I guess when it comes to a cocaine overdose, and this is coming from a guy who lost their best friend to a heroin overdose. Um,
A little bit of cocaine, he'd be alive today.
I don't want to go into that, but because there's an entire bit on the show Preacher about speedballs. So, um, no, I'm just saying it's more or less like when somebody goes, we kind of just laugh off cocaine overdoses because nobody should be addicted to Coke. Um, like you really need to be stimulated all that bloody time. I don't know.
Well, I
Heroin that
think heroin overdoses are more sad. Cocaine overdoses, you're more likely to like die doing something hilarious.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Thank you, Greg.
A heroin overdose, you're just rotting away in a spot. A cocaine overdose, who knows where that's going to take you?
Yeah. No, no, you nailed it. Thank you. That's why I like having you on the pod. You don't, yeah, like I don't know, presentation wise, that doesn't seem like a film expert, but this guy knows the industry.
Eh,
So, all right, so but just looking through things like I've mentioned, there was a Death Race 2000 joke from Michael Parks, which I can't freaking recall. Like,
I didn't even catch it when saw this movie.
oh, have you seen Death Race 2000?
Yeah, I have
Okay,
actually. I
okay, all right.
like that movie a lot. Me and my buddy, way back in the day, back in the prehistoric times, back in the video store times, the rental times, the movie gallery times.
Yes,
We
no, I
did get 10 for like $3 or whatever crazy deal it was. We rented that movie and we got so high and we thought Death Race 2000 was the coolest movie we had ever seen in our lives.
no, it was brilliant. I like that was so when I went to B Fest this year, the annual 24-hour movie marathon at Northwestern. Like I was trying my best to sponsor something, and it was just poor me communications and everything. Like, um, but everything worked out, and they were great to me. I wanted to sponsor a movie, and it's like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? And it's like, it's basically I'm looking through what can I order in time? Like, can I get a copy of Shock Treatment before I'm up there? Can I get a or raw deal? Like, oh geez, that's expensive. So like when I went up there, because they did not announce the lineup ever about B Fest this year. It never made it online. Which,
Really?
yeah. So the first B Fest I went to, I went there just because they were going to show Big Trouble. Oh no, not Big Trouble. Sorry, Showdown in Little Tokyo on the big screen. That's the entire reason I went. And I knew about that like a month, at least a month and a half in advance, so I could get the time off. This time, like, no, and it was a running gag at B Fest. Like some guy would just pop up. I think it was a Telstar man, as we know him. And now we go back to Brad Michaels with the news. Brad, yes, the B Fest schedule has still not been posted, and now to sports as a running gag during the B Fest. Definitely something any movie fan should check, or yeah, any movie fan should check out. One B Fest in their lifetime. I have never watched all 24 hours of movies. I always pick a spot where I'm going to sleep. So, but
Yeah,
uh
I couldn't do it.
yeah, so yeah, that's oh, but yeah, let's see. I'm trying to find that. I know I picked up a Death Race 2000 gag from Michael Parks. And Michael Parks, gosh, I really miss him. He's like he is the go-to sheriff in a Tarantino or Rodriguez movie, and he lets his sons do it. Like uh, when I did when we did the covered Planet Terror, that was a marathon episode I did with Andrew T because he wanted to talk about From Dusk Till Dawn, where Michael Parks is the sheriff who gets his head blown off early in the movie by Tarantino, and but I mentioned like, okay, so what are we gonna watch? So Marathon ripped off from Screen Drafts. I will say that one of my favorite podcasts. And in that, But like, okay, you want to talk about this is still under the 90 for chill rules. You want to talk about From Dusk Till Dawn, which is too long. We got to do a marathon. Like, you have to schedule at least like two movies, and then like for an 8 o'clock and a 10 o'clock show, and then midnight's going to be From Dusk Till Dawn. And I have to do four movies because I'm going to do a 6, 8, 10. And I chose one of those movies to be From Dusk Till Dawn to Texas Blood Bunny. And Michael Parks obviously killed in the first From Dusk Till Dawn, so they bring in his son to play a character, play a sheriff, which is lots of fun. Let's see, Death Proof. Okay, so let's see. All right, wait, this is okay. Oh, okay, so the gag is he calls Stuntman Mike Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, all right, so we spent a lot of time, and so the movie's taking on the second half. Rosario Dawson's had her foot felt up by Stuntman Mike before they buy a $27 issue of Italian Vogue. And they have like, this is, might be the, like, so here's what I would do if I was recutting this movie. I would start the movie at Guero's, I'm sorry. Cut the entire well, I think the credits and Arlene needing a piss works. But I'd cut the car ride to Guero's and just start with the entire butterfly conversation when she's told like, "Oh, you're gonna have to give somebody a lap dance if they play this right." That's how I would do it. Because and as you stated, Jet, Kurt Russell is so fucking good in this movie. It's his movie. Like, I do not give a. That's, I think, the biggest problem. I could care less about the girls he's about to murder that we're not going to get invested in. These aren't the final girls. These are the demonstration girls. So, you know, do the entire Weros, like, hey, you're going to have to give a guy a lap dance bit. I don't need the car scene. I don't need them driving to the bar. I don't need them talking about scoring pot. I think that's all indicated, and you can pick up on that. I mean, it's a good conversation about scoring weed, but I digress. So you don't get the great Tarantino table scene, which I think every Tarantino movie has until the second half of the movie, which looks a lot better than the first half. And it goes back to the entire grindhouse bit, like, oh, this is supposed to feel like exploitation cinema, cheap. The cut noises are way too obvious, I think. It's almost like wink wink, which is fun when you're watching it in the grindhouse. Death Proof on itself doesn't need it. And I just think it looks so much better the second half of the movie. Like, Tarantino knew what he was doing. Like, oh, by the halfway point of this movie, they're into my movie. So, right. But having this great table conversation, like when you go through Tarantino's movies, you have the um, like a virgin talk in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Then and then you have technically like you have a lot of great table talks in Pulp Fiction, but the first scene is Honey Bunny and Pumpkin talking about how they're going to rob the restaurant. And then you have Jackie Brown is a brilliant film. I think it's the least Tarantino of his movies, despite its celebration of black exploitation movies. Uh, Kill Bill, it's not a table scene, but you have the entire Vivica A. Fox as Cottonmouth after they have their brawl before uh the bride executes Vivica A. Fox in front of their daughter.
Yeah,
Uh,
I guess that does technically count. I mean, there is a table there.
well, and then you have the entire table scene before, the finale. Well, basically when Karen Dean goes and puts truth serum into the bride. That's a pretty long extended scene, but it's a table scene that leads to the five finger palm of doom of death. Um, and then you have just the opening of Inglorious Bastards, and Django Unchained. No, Django Unchained. You got plenty of those scenes, and then I would say it goes back to Hateful Eight, which that basically that entire movie is at a table essentially.
Yeah.
So, but you have this scene where you got it really defines the characters and how awesome Zoe Bell is. I'm gonna preach about that. But they're just sitting around. You get the entire "Don't ever call a Kiwi an Aussie" bit, the gun bit. I mean, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is just awesome as the ditz. Like,
Yeah.
while you girls are watching John Hughes stuff and Pretty in Pink, we're talking, we're watching Vanishing Point, Gone 60 Seconds, not that Angelina Jolie shit. And she just pops up. Oh, I love Pretty in Pink. Like, but it's just like these are the scenes. Like, I have my screenplay for Main Event of the Dead, my professional wrestling zombie comedy, which we could have shot on no budget. It was a tribute to my Peoria friends. Bugger off to them. Peoria wrestling friends, I should say.
Yeah, I
Like,
was kind of blown away that Rosario Dawson was against her having the gun. Because in my head, after she was like, "Oh, I can't believe you have a gun," I was like, "Aren't you guys in the South? Why don't you have a gun?"
well, I mean, I'm anti-gun, period. Like, and that's more or less for me. It's like, dude, if you can't handle your shit up close and personal, you're, having a void card makes you a twat. Or
Yeah, but
definitely,
this is a group of women, two of them African American, probably on the same. Probably not a bad idea for them to have a little something on hand just in case to
oh,
wave
well,
around.
yeah, no. And as a professional wrestler, I remember
You
what
and me
Roddy,
wouldn't carry a gun, but I
well,
mean,
no,
situation, not bad idea.
but Dawson also brings up gun owners are more likely to get shot than non-gun owners. Um, but no, it goes back to what Roddy Piper said he would do when he was on the road back in the days where, he's getting stabbed on his way to the ring. Is like he would carry a gun, a revolver, I should say. He had so when he pulls it out to scare somebody, there's no bullet in the first chamber. The second chamber, there's a blank. So if the guy's not scared off by that point, the third chamber, that's when it gets serious. So, you know, I again, it's just more or less like I want a world where we can go and just carry samurai swords around.
Yeah, we all do, but sadly, guns are just too awesome.
That's why no, and it's funny. I play shooters, not to deny I played FPSs and it's like, "Oh yeah, give me that shit." It's like, "Yeah, I get the power of it, but come on, man." I'm a
This
Jedi.
Conan guy, does he remind you of the alien in Men in Black after he
Oh,
gets in the suit?
no, the alien who gets in the Vincent D'Onofrio's Edgar suit.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so I looked up this guy, and this guy Jasper, his character is Jasper. The actor's name is Jonathan Lugren, and he is a Adam Sandler buddy. So he is in. So yes, we all remember him as
Yeah, yeah.
the trucker from Kill Bill, who tries basically having necro sex with the bride. Um, he is also like the cross-eyed linebacker in The Water Boy. He is one of the metal heads in Little Nicky. Like I think he might be the most the best Sandler character you can get, and it kind of makes me wonder, like where Tarantino could probably get a lot out of Sandler. I mean, Paul W.S. Anderson did, not Paul W.S. Anderson. Sorry. Despite, I'd love to see Adam Sandler in a Resident Evil movie, but Paul Thomas Anderson, Punch Drunk Love, brilliant. Like Adam Sandler should
I,
have really
I was thinking
dedicated.
about that movie the other
Yeah.
day. I think here in the recent months, I have been feeling a lot like Adam Sandler in Punch Drunk Love.
Well, I can get that. Sadly, you're not neurodivergent as far as I can tell, because that's kind of
Yeah.
the like my older sister wanted this. Like I saw that movie in the theater. My older sister wanted me to take her to it. She doesn't drive. She is very much neurodivergent. Not she's it's really tough when it comes to that. Like my my family, like we were ahead of the game on that back when it was called Asperger's disorder. We say neurodivergent so we don't recognize a fucking Nazi. We got enough fucking Nazis in this world right now. Um, but it's like, okay, my parents like, oh, she's acting this way because of how her brain's wired. Okay, cool. We will do our best to make the environment so that she can live in it. And my parents were great at that. And but I run into so many people in my life. Like I talk about, have a conversation like, oh, you see, my older sister's like this, and I mentioned Asperger's, and then some guy would pop up, awkward as all hell, and oh yeah, I have that, and all I can say is, yeah, I can tell, and it goes back to Big Bang Theory. Whenever somebody says, ask Sheldon, are you crazy? And his response is, I am not. My parents had me tested. So, so many people, at least up, and that explains Punch Drunk Love. So many people would like, oh, so my son or daughter is not crazy? Oh, then they're fine. And they don't do anything to help them actually conform or be a part of society. They just, no, they're not crazy, so they'll be fine. And yeah, so that's my stance on neurodivergence. It's like, no, it's something you have to learn how to adjust for people. And my sister, I think, has turned out great. That's probably my parents' best work of parenting. And now I'm being a dick for saying that. But they don't listen to
Yeah,
sh- they don't listen to the show. So,
yeah, as they
but
shouldn't. They're parents.
yeah, well, that's
They should
true.
be
Oh,
interested in us.
they came to a few of my wrestling shows. Like, my mom would not, back in high school, my mom would not watch my wrestling matches because, I just like to make it exciting. Like I don't have a killer instinct in me is the problem. I love getting violent. Like punch me in the face and oh right, we're gonna have a good time. But
Well,
but with that
I
said,
will.
but with that said, like whenever like I kind of need that in my wrestling matches, so it's like I would get beaten down to like 9-0 in the first period, and it's like, all right, now I'm loose. No pressure. I'm not supposed to win this. Yeah, and I win the match. And I give my coach like there would be wrestling practice the next day where it's like, all right, here's where we'd have a segment dedicated to don't do Russ just what Russ did last night. So, it's like, come on, what are you complaining about? I got the win.
So, do
So,
you think they came back to that girl alive?
so all right, yeah, we're back. We're to
We
the
never saw them come back with the car.
well, okay. When it comes to the car, they have bought the car. And for what they end up doing to Stuntman Mike, I'd say that's a fair price. I mean, I'd be more worried about the fact that you straight up murdered Stuntman Mike. And then the $40,000 in car second.
They'll be fine. I'm sure they can line up alibis.
I'm sure, but yeah, you're still so basically if Mary Elizabeth Winstead is not alive, they are screwed because that's their alibi. Well, self-defense, all that bollocks, whatever. But I don't think they
The
would.
farm
They
has her in
would.
a meat hook
I
in his
don't
shed.
think. I don't think they would have done that to Lee if they didn't expect her to be alive. So,
I don't know. They really wanted to drive that car, man.
well, okay. This gets to my silliness. I am not a stunt person, but the idea of ship masting,
Yeah, I
why
totally
not?
think that.
Why not try it once? Um, and granted, I'm a professional wrestler. I think I would know how to fall. Like I have done, I think back in my day, I may have done three tope suicidas, and I told the people
No
like,
way. You're 30. No, I can have a fall.
"What?" So
I
I
said,
was
there's
just,
no way you can learn to take a fall from that.
I, you can't learn, but I'm saying whenever I did a tope suicida, it's like my character, the student of the game, Russ Stevens or Staley or RC Staley Stevens. Um, that's another wrestling story about how Seth Rollins ruined my rebranding. I digress. Um, no, doing a suicide dive. I basically said like my character being the nerdy character should not hit that. So it's basically like I am definitely diving and I better learn how to frickin' roll because otherwise I'm just going to end up torpedoing myself headfirst onto concrete.
I don't think you would have a choice but to roll flying off the hood of that car.
Oh yeah, no, obviously,
You'd be instantly rolling.
but
I
don't
don't know if I
like
trust the belts. Because I think about the belt that's around my waist, and I don't trust that holding my weight. I think about that belt just ripping right off that door.
well that's why you have two belts.
I
Yeah,
don't trust either one of those belts.
oh
I probably weigh close to 100 pounds more than they do, though. So
oh no, Zoe Bell, she is. fit as all hell. Yeah, no, I definitely have probably 100. No, maybe just 100. I'm feeling good about myself right now.
You know what? Judging by the cars, I bet you know what? I would trust their belts. Those are high quality belts.
Right. Oh, it's
They're
freaking
not skimping
Prada.
on those clothes. Look at those cars.
So,
They're going to the dollar store for their shit.
oh no, as I
Me,
say,
on the other hand,
it's a Prada belt. One of the belts is Prada. Like, oh geez.
you think that's how Prada sells their belts? It's a very
No,
stylish belt. It can hold a weight up to
115 pounds. Yeah, like why a good belt should do that anyhow.
this
But
belt's rated for 250 at least.
I'm not saying 250. I mean, but okay, no, I'm just like no. I just need to like I don't know. Like we're getting to the shit mess scene. It's like, oh my God, how much I am crushing on Zoe Bell. I mean, geez, she's got more balls than I do, and it's like I'd happily be her bitch.
You wouldn't have a choice.
Well, I'd like to think I'd put up some kind of, like a
No,
Christopher, like a.
stop. Quit it.
Well, no, I'm thinking more like a Christopher Walken, Grace Jones type relationship from A View to a Kill. Like, all right. Well, it gives me a chance to go through the notes. And when I think of my notes, it like goes back to that scene being shot in black and white when we first get to meet, when Mike uh is scouting his new victims. And it's like, oh geez, it's one of those like, I'd love to have shot that. Like I could see this movie being done in black and white, like after the first half of the movie where you're trying to be all grimy with the grindhouse. Like honestly, and I've said it before, like if you're not doing science fiction where we need all, you need all these colors and establish a new world,
He
it's
kept the duckwood ornament. He didn't
well,
repaint the skull. Come on, man.
well, after you see, like you watch how
Continuity.
you watch how stuntman Mike's car ended up after the first crash. It's kind of like, dude, I see the drive shaft and just all over the place, and it's like when I was working as a rider customer response center dispatcher for emergency roadside assistance for broke down drivers. It's like you hear drive shaft, like, oh no, you're screwed. I gotta go and you're screwed, and then I'm screwed because I gotta go and find you a new truck. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if there was any coming back from the like that
Nah,
vehicle
he's
coming.
buying a new car every time, 100%.
Yeah, you're saving your hood ornament. Those I did check. Those run about $200. So there's a market for them. I don't know what it means. I couldn't find that when I Googled it, but like there's some kind of significance to the duck hood ornament. And when it comes to, my language on this, I do like like I will say it's been kind of nice like the last few 2024 I'm doing a lot of podcasts on the road or I got to be ready to go to work, so I don't get to drink that much. I'm doing my best to sample the Black Band. Um, so I'm having White Russians with Black Band coffee liqueur. Black Band, though, is a whiskey out of Peoria. I'm not going to pay seventy bucks for a bourbon, but hey, interesting White Russians. It's getting me there.
Has there been a more intense chase scene in any movie since this movie? Because I don't think there has.
Since this movie, no. I don't think that,
This
or
whole
at least I have
car
not
scene
seen it.
is
I,
intense.
I mean, the last intense car chase scene, I would say, prior to this, was Ronin. That was 10 years previous.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. It's that De Niro movie, right?
Yeah, yeah. De Niro, Jean Reno,
Yeah.
hell of a cast. Stellan Skarsgård, Sean Bean. Bean freaking lives through that movie.
This has got to be one of the last car chase scenes that isn't like CGI.
And no,
Because this is all practical.
that well, yeah, no, that was Tarantino's point. I mean, even when they bring back uh when he's trying to describe the car, Mike is trying to tell Pam what the car is, what in the All or Nothing days, the Vanishing days, a lot of references to uh Dirty Larry and Crazy Mary. Um, oh gosh, the stunts that Zoe Bell had to do. It's just nuts. I'll just take the time.
It's
There is
on
a there is a low budget action movie with Zoe Bell called Angel of Death based off
a
an Ed Brubaker comic. Definitely worth a check out. I mean, as I say, it's low budget, but hey, you get to see, you know, Ted Raimi's in it, so that's promising because nothing good happens to Ted Raimi. It is funny though. Like I watched this movie, I watched the credits. I can't help but enjoy the "Lay Off the Chick Habit" song, which is another thing my best friend said. Oh gosh, Tarantino had to ruin this song because in Planet Terror, there when Rose McGowan's doing the dance for Tarantino in it, the song is a cover of "Too Drunk to Fuck" by the Dead Kennedys, but it was from a female vocalist. I can't recall. Um, and this
one of
and
the first
this.
songs I ever tried to learn.
I'm sorry.
One of the first songs I ever tried to learn. The Dead Kennedys. Too drunk to fuck.
Yeah, and then later on in the credits of this movie, it's like you hear "Hang Up the Chick Habit," and like these are feminists, and this is the entire thing. Like this goes back to this is such a throwback to the concepts of at least after stuntman Mike's about to get shot.
Fucking upper body strength is insane to hold on to a car like that.
Oh,
Just as
yeah.
you see how she was holding on as she was turning?
Yeah, no, like that's
Just gotta have something on her gloves to grip onto the hood.
well, you'd have to, but like
Boom!
I would
Too bad
use
she's
you.
not a better shot.
I'd be using stickum or something players use. It's so cute when it's like, oh, she's dead, and
I'm
she just
okay.
yep, pops up. It's like, I mean, after that point, you just know this is going to be a fun, like the last 12 minutes, I think is what it is. It's just going to be absolute
Yeah, you
fun.
don't see this kind of turn very often either.
Yeah, I mean that's as I say, and it goes back to the basically faster pussycat kill kill. I think it's a movie that's essentially lost. Myers directed, but it's just like, oh, these bitches are gonna you're gonna cheer on everything they're doing, which probably was an inspiration for all the revenge movies of the '70s, like I Spit on Your Grave. Um, but it's like, and I'm just going back to my notes. I swear, TNT. Right. Okay. No, I
Let's
no, I
begin.
think I've gone. I think I've pretty much gone through all my notes. Like, as I say, you got the last is just a celebration of feminine strength, and you can't help like. I mean, maybe we should be trying to show this movie more often to fucking scare. Proud
Okay,
Boys.
now this I would pay good money to see car jousting.
Um, well, I brought up George A. Romero. That's a movie I have not watched yet. Night Riders, I think it's what it's called. Um, I'll have to check my IMDb on that. With Ed Harris, it's about basically Renaissance fair guys doing motorcycle jousting. Um, yeah, Night Riders. Early Ed Harris movie, directed by George Romero. Yeah, Night Riders at a so basically, come on, get me to that movie. Thank you. A medieval reenactment troupe struggles to main it ret so the synopsis for Night Riders is a medieval react reenactment troupe struggles to maintain its family-like dynamic amid pressure from local authorities, interest from talent agents, and their king's delusion of grandeur. But it's basically jousting on motorcycles.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Ed Harris, I know Tom Savini's in there somewhere.
I
Like,
am in.
yes. George Romero, Night of the Living Dead, Ed Harris. Yeah, Tom Savini's third bill. Jeez. So yeah, no,
Oh,
I've
that hurt. Into the pipe, right to the side of the head.
oh,
I don't know how you're.
but I find it funny that and it goes back to the scene with the with Michael Parks as the sheriff. Like, all I could do is promise, I can either go and try to pursue this, or I could go in and just spend my time watching NASCAR. I think I'll do the latter. But as for this guy, or as for Frankenstein here, I can rest assured he is not going to do this in Texas. And they cut to Lebanon, Tennessee for the last half of the movie. And they don't shoot it in Lebanon, sadly. And I think it's only Lebanon, Tennessee, because that's where Tarantino was born before they moved out to LA. Um, and he thought his mother knew enough people that gave him an N and a the N card. Um, so yeah, so it's a nice little tribute to his hometown despite not being shot in it. I think it's probably California, honestly. This movie was shot in Austin, obviously, because that's where Rodriguez shoots everything. And yeah, California. But oh geez, just how wrecked his car is when they start chasing him. Like the suspension is totally shit. Like the drive shaft's about already gone pretty much.
The whole mood of the movie just shifts.
Yes. Oh no, it's a celebration. As I say, it's a celebration of female empowerment. Like, oh, you want to F with us? Well, I can't believe I said F after I've dropped so many bombs, but
With one shot, one gunshot, like yeah, get him.
right. Yeah, no, you just want to see
Any other movie, Stuntman Mike would have just killed him, and he would have just drove away. And it,
Well, he should have just drove away to begin with. Yeah, like he was, he got screwed because he tried to like, hey, see what I did? How impressed? Come on, like, did you? And just something you should learn out of life. It's not about the accolades. It's about the experience.
so you think an actress got Mike fired, and that's why he goes after all these actresses because they're
Oh,
all
that
clearly
is
in
well
the
that
entertainment field somehow.
they are, yes, they are all in the entertainment business. I will give you that. Um, But yeah, no, otherwise we're writing a Stuntman Mike prequel, and I don't think Quentin's gonna be happy with that. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Well, I think it goes back to Michael Park saying it's a sexual thing for him. I don't think he necessarily. Oh, geez, I don't want to psychoanalyze. I don't necessarily think he hates women, but I will say, like, as a professional wrestler, and hell, even as a amateur wrestler, high school level, it's like what you put yourself through in a wrestling match or a fight in general. Because, all right, yeah, I've got a bunch of tough man fights under me as well. If only I can find a new brawl for all, I got a future in the business. Um, like you put yourself through so much, and what's your reward? And then you have sex, and you don't put yourself through. Well, I mean, you go and exert yourself, and you seem to have a reward for getting laid, just getting laid, I suppose. So it's basically just the guy, Stuntman Mike needs the most extreme scenario to feel fulfilled, but he also wants to have sex, so that's why he involves women into it, just so he doesn't feel queer about it, I guess. I mean, maybe I mean that's one thing. It's just more or less like he wants it all. He wants the satisfaction of exerting himself, giving everything up, and the involvement of women just to prove his masculinity or sexuality.
I don't know. I think maybe it's just actresses. I don't think that he hates women. It's just that he hates actresses for some reason.
Oh, and I'm not saying well, hates actresses, I could see. Hates women, well, yeah, sadly I can see that. But I'm just saying, like, and maybe that's, I don't know, maybe I should shut the fuck up as I'm saying, like, no, 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 I don't hate you girls, but I know what's the most exciting thing for me is getting myself nearly killed, and I want to share that with you. There you go. That's my argument. I mean,
That's a
this,
cool shot too. They just appear over him.
yes.
They'd have been
Uh,
fucked if that was a dead end.
oh yeah, no,
Well,
that's a that.
what a hilarious ending to this movie, though. Please don't did it. Please don't did it. Please don't did it. Fuck did it. Smack.
Oh no, that goes back to The Simpsons when Homer was doing jury duty and he's watching Free Willy, the director's cut. Oh
And
no,
then just
Willie.
cut to my stuntman Mike still driving, and the Dukes of Hazzard theme starts playing.
Well, them don't go. Well, them don't all duped was. But oh, the beating they lay on her, and as a wrestling fan and as a Jim Ross aficionado, I appreciate that Rosario Dawson is shaking her hands after throwing punches. Like it's I mean, it goes back to Firefly. The lesson of you never should punch somebody with a clenched fist, but it sure feels great when you do it. So, and it ends so perfectly, just the end after they kick his ass. I don't necessarily think we need Rosario Dawson giving the axe kick.
And just yeah, he's dead, guys.
Well, he might not be dead, but
It
I'm
looked like
like,
her boot went into his head.
yes, no, no, you get hit like that, that's what it's gonna be. I will attest to that. So, yeah, it's but that's the brutality you need in the second half just to keep the I guess it's justified just because you need something so extreme to warrant, oh, it's Grindhouse.
Oh,
But
oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I just I just noticed I can watch the new Crow now.
Oh
My
shoot.
friend,
No, I am that is one of those things like I don't want to watch, but I
I'm
think I gotta
gonna.
watch. Yeah. I mean, this is a Crow movie with a cast. Like,
Yeah, my friend Sarah is at. I'm actually using her account. I did not realize she was still signed in on my thing. So yeah, thanks to her, I get to watch all kinds of things, I guess.
well, no, there you go. I mean,
There,
that is
subscribe to everything, bro.
all right. So we got the credits playing. I'm gonna check out just some song references. To no, scratch that. Jeez, bollocks. Oh no, I'll just use the other screen that's straight on Google. Um, let's see.
Speaking of, I don't. I'm gonna have to watch it. The new Venom movie. I know it's
Well,
gonna be terrible, but damn it, I'm gonna watch it.
um, I will say I liked the first one. It was a comedy of errors, to say the least. Second one is a solid narrative. A little fast, a little too loose. I don't know why we're entertaining the concept of Venom and glow sticks. It's like, oh no, that's straight out of Batman Forever. Fuck that. Um, no, I really do need to watch or the rest of the the Marvel Sony cinematic universe, I guess it is, or I think Sony's Marvel, whatever. It's done. Um, it's funny though. I'm listening to Screen Drafts Best of 2024, and one of the guys is just insistent. No, Craven the Hunter. It deserves to be in the top 20. All right, so Chick Habit is performed by April March. Um, I think the original version is probably Le Thomas Tober Le Fer. Sorry, French was not a language I ever studied. By France Gall. And the Too Drunk to. Well, I'm glad the computer knows I like searching for my own Blue Sky account. Um, to no Nouvelle Vague, I think is the cover for Too Drunk to Fuck from Planet Terror. So again, my friend was my best friend. It's kind of tough when you get Banshees of Inisherin by somebody. You know, I get it to an extent, but fuck. Um, that's a movie I recommend. Banshees of Inisherin. Um, from the guy who did Seven Psychopaths and In Bruges, and I guess more importantly, Three Billboards. But I digress. So yeah, I mean that is. I think we've covered as much as we could with um fucking Death Proof. When it comes to Tarantino, maybe it's not so as fully formed. As I say, it's one for his fans. It's one for the exploitation audience. It's the most Tarantino of Tarantino movies, in my opinion, because he's just doing it for fun. He's trying to just pop his own crowd. I mean, it's very Seth MacFarlane in a sense that way. Like Family Guy is
He
just
made his drive-in movie.
well, no, it's a well, no, it'd be an excellent it's an excellent movie. Period. I would say 4.5 stars is what I put on Letterbox. Um, you know, but as we said, it's about it really is. If Kurt Russell isn't so as engaging as he is, there'd be no movie. Despite Zoe Bell.
No,
So
100%.
yeah, and it's great that Tarantino has ended up working with Kurt. when you look at Tarantino, it's like, oh, I wanted to get Travolta in this. I wanted to get Travolta in that. He doesn't show up. Like, give it to Kurt Russell. He's there. You add him to the cast, your regular cast of characters. Sorry, I'm trying to get my MacBook plugged in.
Travolta's stuntman Mike would have been awful.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Travolta's stuntman Mike would have been awful, though.
well, I mean, no, Kurt Russell is perfect because he was an action star to a lesser extent. I mean, when you look at his action resume, you have Escape from New York, Escape from LA, um, Big Trouble in Little China, and I know he's probably done other things like goofy stuff where he's got to be action ready. But
Oh,
otherwise,
that movie with Goldie Hawn where she has amnesia.
yeah, no, that's Overboard.
Overboard?
Yes. No, I'm
That
saying
movie.
like otherwise it's Tango and Cash. So, which I haven't done on the show yet. I'll say that much. And
I haven't seen that movie since I was 14 years old.
oh, it is so bloody goofy that it is definitely worth a watch. I think I did end up purchasing it eventually. Like, I gotta give in. So, but yeah, um, no, Death Proof, like, it's definitely, Tarantino completist, you'd say, but no, it's like Tarantino's never missed. Like, and that's why he takes, let's see, I think it was well, obviously he had to work fast to start. Reservoir Dogs 91, Pulp Fiction 94, Jackie Brown 97, but then it's like 6 years off before Kill Bills. I guess no, he doesn't like then it's 4 years between Kill Bill and Death Proof, 2 years before Glorious Bastards. But I think that really just says what Death Proof is. It's just a passion project, fun for him. Because, you know, 2 years you get Inglorious Bastards afterwards. I'm looking through his, you know, come on. All right. Let me get there. All right, Quentin Tarantino. So Reservoir Dogs 92, Pulp Fiction 94. Now, you can't go through his writing credits because that's going to show up the fact that he was uncredited on It's Pat. All right. Let's see. Director.
I had no idea he was attached to It's Pat.
Uncredited rewrite. So let's see. He's got
What an odd choice. We need to make this funnier. Get Quentin.
hey, it's you got to take a paycheck. So all right, Reservoir Dogs 92, Pulp Fiction 94, Jackie Brown 97, Kill Bill 2003. He gets his scene in Sin City, Grindhouse 2007, Inglorious Bastards 2009, Django Unchained 2012. I mean, he it really hasn't been he really doesn't take that much too much time between movies. I guess we're just I think very frustrated that we're because Tarantino says he only wants to direct 10 films. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the ninth. So it's kind of like it's just granted his career started in his early 30s. It's just one of those like, oh, come on.
Well, didn't he have something like I think it was called The Critic, something like that? Then he just decided Like, I don't want to do this anymore?
Well, no, he always said he wanted to just do 10 movies.
No, I mean, like, he had one in the works. Like, it was something about a movie critic.
I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he had that. Like, it's one of those crazy things. Like, this guy, Tarantino, spoke with New Line Cinema about doing a Friday the 13th. He spoke with Paramount about doing a Star Trek movie. I think but I don't know. I don't know if we're ever going to get the 10th movie. I think he's in a Stanley Kubrick state where it's like, you know, I'm going to give you the weirdest thing possible when you know, before I go. And it's a screwed up world. As I say, the guy lives in Israel now, and it's like,
Yeah, and the culture's so
we're
different too. You think as for him as an artist that maybe he just got to a point where like he could, but there's like no one's gonna care. Like I'm gonna put out this 10th movie, and then what's gonna happen? Everyone's just gonna shit on it on the internet, and no one's gonna appreciate it. So why fucking bother?
well, now we're getting to that George R. R. Martin. Why haven't we gotten the Winds of Winter yet argument?
I had no idea that dude was involved in Elden Ring until like the other day. No wonder there's no that book's not done. That dude's doing a million things, and he's 80.
Yes, no, I know. It's like I think when it came to Game of Thrones, it's like I don't really want to do it anymore. Let's give it to
Yeah,
uh
HBO did it.
yeah. No,
They're
and
done now.
yeah. So it's right. So I don't know. We're pushing that 2 hour 10 mark, and this is supposed to be, I mean, granted, the original cut of the international cut of well, we are a little longer than the international cut of Death Proof. So so let's get this wrapped up then. You can follow the podcast at on Blue Sky at catbusruss.bsky.social. You could just search Cat Bus Russ on Instagram or Threads. You'll get to the podcast. Um, if you want to be on the show, just hey, get a hold of me. The email address is rustthebus07 at gmail.com. That's RUSSTHEBUS07 at gmail.com. Offer me a movie, a theme, a director, an actor. I would prefer movies between 70 to 100 minutes, but as long as it's bonkers, as I defined with Death Proof, if it takes place in the same universe as Planet Terror, which it does, then it's bonkers because you have a zombie apocalypse that ends it. So, um, I'm glad to give you 40, at least 40 minutes on Zoom. So hit me up again if you want to help the podcast out. Easiest way is to subscribe on you to rate and subscribe on your favorite podcast app, 5 stars preferably. Be as honest as you'd like in the comments. I do learn, and otherwise, again, patreon.com, I did crazy flicks. Patreon.com/ I did crazy flicks. $3 a month is a lot of help. Thank you for that. Um, so yeah, I guess I just leave it to Gregory. Any place you want people to find you on the internet, or you like that anonymity?
Uh, I'm not really on social media so much anymore. I mean, you can find me on Facebook.
All right, that's
Uh,
great.
I don't have a show like Russ does. I'm just kind of here lately. I've kind of been low key writing some comedy.
Well, there
There's
you
some
go.
point. Maybe you'll see me back out there on the stage.
All right. Hey, can't
I'll
beat
work it
that.
out with the children sometime soon. Maybe sometime around the summer.
All right, cool.
I don't drink so much anymore, so I'm kind of taking. I'm focusing on one thing, one bit right now, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna build 5 minutes at a time.
That's hey, that's how everything starts.
Well,
So
I was drinking a lot more, and I was being very stupid at it. Like I,
no,
I
I
was always
hey,
doing something different every open mic instead of just focusing on what I was getting laughs on. I was always just doing different shit because I was always just writing.
yeah, no,
But
I hey, I get that. No, honestly, I do get that. It's like you gotta there's you learn with everything, and which kind of kicks it back. Like I was talking with the NOLA film scene guys when we were doing the podcast at Fan Expo New Orleans, and they asked, "So what have you learned from podcasting?" Well, you know what? Brevity helps. You really don't want to go too long, but hey, people know what they're getting into, and that's all that's important. So, um, but yeah, no, I've learned a lot, and just you got to keep doing it. That's really the trick. And I mean, that even goes back to wrestling. Like you gotta like it comes down to the point where you gotta know you, and that's something nobody else can teach. And yeah, just figuring a way to sell it. That's the real challenge. So, but yeah, I mean, Gregory Carl's based out of Lincoln. So,
well, I'm in San Joe's now. My
oh,
dad passed
Saints,
away, and I moved into his old trailer. It's a little
Saint.
odd mental wise, but
Nah, hey,
I'm here.
that's better living conditions than I got. So Saint Joe, as in Saint Joseph, or San
San
Jose?
Joe's is a
I'm
very
sorry.
small town. San Joe's,
Okay. Oh, that's
you
not
got
too
to
far.
on the highway.
Well,
But it's
that's not too far from me. So, but hey, you could catch both of us at Indianapolis, Comic Con, March 16th, 4 p.m. That is 90 for Chill. I Did Crazy Present Flicks presents 90 for Chill the podcast. I will be all over Indianapolis Comic Con. Somehow I'm considered enough of an expert to talk about Tron and The Last Jedi. So
good luck.
uh yeah, no. So that's gonna be interesting. Otherwise, as I say, rate and subscribe, Cat Bus Russ on the socials. All I gotta do is thank Station Marie Harden to for keeping an eye on me, keeping me out of too much trouble. And I hope she's enjoying the fluffy presence of Skimbleshanks the One-Eared Angel. Thank you very much to Gregory Carl for coming back on the show. Been way too long, and look forward to seeing you back in Indianapolis.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yep, you too, man.
Thanks.
Can I hear a wahoo?